Welcome to the Monster Report, a show highlighting those entertaining creatures of film history. Nick Adam Poling here. Gyaos and Barugan were challenges for our favorite fire-breathing turtle. Now the Earth is the target of aliens who want to conquer it with their space Squidward-like monster. Let's review Gamera vs. Viras. The main characters are Jim and Masao. These two are hardly Holmes and Watson, but they do manage to throw a wrench in the plans of their alien abductors.
Jim, Masao, saviors of the universe. Jim, Masao, they'll save every one of us. Jim, Masao, they're a miracle. Jim, Masao, kings of the impossible. They're for every one of us, fight for every one of us. They'll save with a slide, they'll trick every man, every woman, every scout with a mighty flash. Jim, Masao, Jim, Masao, they'll save every one of us.
Gamera! Gamera!
As they explore the spacecraft, they look for weaknesses to exploit and have some non-life-threatening punishments for breaking the rules.
You will have the complete freedom of our ship and may move where you wish, as long as you do not try to escape or harm us. Understand?
What's the point of going out? We're just gonna wind up back here anyway.
It's interesting that they find the nemesis of Gamera at about the halfway point in the movie, locked up in a cage like a zoo animal. His design is pretty cool, resembling a squid of some sort, but those eye movements just look ridiculous to me. This wasn't a film I had the chance to see as a child. As a result, I don't get nostalgic about it. Still, it doesn't seem out of place in the Showa Gamera series. The sets are outlandish, the characters aren't terribly original, the storyline doesn't have many twists and turns, and the aliens' goal to take over the world is formulaic. Don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't like this movie, it's still very entertaining. Let's take a look at a few aspects of this film. The first thing that we realize is that the Viras monster isn't hardly in this movie, really just at the end. Most of the time is spent on the invading alien spacecraft, which has a lot of Bumblebee themes going on. Outside the ship is made up of spheres striped yellow and black with communication dishes attached looking like stingers. Inside, the ship has a very hexagonal theme going on with just about every component of its design, much like a beehive.
Bumblebee tuna? Bumblebee tuna!
Other than that, this ship is just a fun house for the boys being held hostage by the aliens. Kojiro Hongo is back for his third Gamera film in a row. He's been through it all at this point. Now that the road construction job is done, Hongo sets his career path on more community and youth services. He's the scoutmaster for a large group of boys and girls. Despite this relatively non-controversial position, he's unable to avoid being in proximity to monsters. His role doesn't put him in a position to be a hero through this film. All he can do is say this catchphrase to a pair of troublemaking boys.
No supper tonight.
It's obvious that the budget for this film needed some tightening. During portions of this film, stock footage from the previous 3 Gamera films is used as filler. Early on, the aliens probe Gamera's memories, and a flashback scene takes over for the next 10 minutes. I tend to skip this trip down memory lane. It's so long that you forget what movie in the series you're actually watching. Later in the film, stock footage is used again to show that the aliens are controlling Gamera and ordering him to destroy the world. Funny how he smashes up landmarks he's already demolished. He even does it in black and white. Like the first film. Oh, look who else makes an appearance in this movie. It's Koji Fujiyama, the lovable Onodera, from Gamera vs. Barugon. He's leading the military in this film, but I still don't trust him. I'm sure you've figured that out by now if you've been watching this review series. The monster fight isn't exactly stellar, but it has some humorous parts.
If everybody had an ocean across the USA.
The way in which Gamera defeats Viras reminds me of the scene in Pacific Rim where the kaiju Otachi is carrying Gypsy Danger way up in the sky. Only in this case, Gamera is who we're rooting for and uses this technique to freeze Viras, then let him plummet to the ocean below.
Goodbye forever. The monster's beaten at last.
Now, you're probably wondering how I really felt about the movie. Guys, I really can't say I like this one. It's got some good parts, I'll admit, but largely it's pretty goofy. I can't say it's one of my favorites either. Some of you might even say you love this one. But I can't, so I won't.
Countdown beginning. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
See you next time on the Monster Report.
Jim, Masao. Jim.